Hello, welcome back to Vinyl Show and Tell. So I'm back at Fratton Station. I've decided to treat myself to a little day out in London to do some crate digging, so stay tuned, let's see how we get on. Excellent, we're on time. That's what we like to see. Okay, I've arrived. So, a little bit of time to kill before the first shop opens, so off for a little mooch and yeah, see how things pan out. Okay, so we're at East Finchley. So I'm off to visit a shop that I've been recommended. I think a couple of viewers in comments mentioned this one. It's been on my radar. A shop nearby called Allans. So it's about a 10-minute walk away. I'm a bit ahead of time because it opens at midday, but I'm sure there'll be somewhere to stop for a quick coffee. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so I'm on Finchley High Road. There is the shop. Still shut, but I am a bit early. Opens at 12. I've got a few minutes left. I'm always overestimating time, me. But yeah, there we are. Hopefully it will be open shortly. It's about a 10-minute walk from East Finchley tube stop, which is right up in that direction. 10 minutes on a good stride. I do walk quick, might be more like 15 minutes. Anyway, I shall wait. Hopefully we'll be open soon. Right, that's me done in Allans Records. I did ask to film in there. I met Alan, who's an absolutely lovely chap, and I've got some good stuff from there, and he gave me a deal. He did, Alan, he wasn't keen, well no, it's not that he wasn't keen on me filming, he actually said no, do you mind not? And do you know what, I totally respect it. Ultimately, you know, I do these videos, but I'm here to buy records, and I did buy some records. He kind of is, he kind of wants to keep it a bit internet free, but he's given my blessing obviously to sort of get footage and pictures of the outside, and obviously give a mention, and of course, you know, stay tuned in the video, I'll be showing off what I got. I did get a bit of a gem in there actually. So yeah, there we go. It's an absolutely brilliant shop. Proper, what I call proper old school. It's clearly been around for, I would say, it looks like a good few years. As I say, really welcoming, really friendly. They've got a couple of decks set up, one of which I did use to test one of my records. And yeah, very, very accommodating. If you're in London, this is, as I say, it's fairly easy to find near the tube. I highly recommend it. It really is a great place. So with that in mind, back to East Finchley Station for shop number 2. Right, I am back on the Archway Road in Highgate. I say back, some of you may have seen my previous video, Rise Above, and I'm going back in. I've been dying to come back here, and here I am, and the open sign's on. Brilliant. Right, here goes. Hey, right, back in the shop. We're in here, made some good purchases. So I got footage last time, but I don't think I really sort of got really everything. So
I mean, all of them have been reissued. That's been reissued.
You can see Jug of Lug, Mighty Baby, Original England, My Solid Ground, Samuel Prodie, all originals. They're incredible. And it goes on. J Warrior there, Nucleus. It just goes on and on. July, The End, High Tide, Sandrose, Mouse Lady Killer. What I'd do for a copy of that. Maybe one day, you never know. Julian's Treatment, Fantasy, Paint the Picture, and that's just what's on the wall. Rax, reggae, punk, hardcore, indie, metal. And then you got the
When this started, George, you got Alley Cut earlier for £71. It's pretty cheap.
Right, I am going back to Highgate station now. I'm all done. That was very, very successful. As you can see, what a shop. I've done a video on this place before, but I'm here again and I make videos, so some of you might not have seen it before, but I felt I got a bit better footage this time. But yeah, spent a fair bit of money. That'll be it for big hitters for some time now. So yeah, they were both sorry, I say they, Lee and Helen in the shop, the owners, incredibly welcoming. Had a really good chat in there. Had a good chat with one or two of the punters as well. It's just such a lovely vibe, and the stock is absolutely incredible. I mean, what you saw on the walls, I mean, that's the cream of the crop, but I mean there are big hitters in the racks as well. I couldn't show you everything, but yeah, if you fancy treating yourself, come down to Highgate, come down to Rise Above. Just so you know, they are moving premises in a few months, I believe, later in the year, so that's probably the last time I'll ever go in that one. But they are staying in the Highgate area. So anyway, I've got time before my train, so off for the obligatory pint of beer. And of course, wouldn't be one of my videos without the obligatory sip of beer. London Pride, come on. Lovely. Okay, so I'm back home. It's the next day. Rather than getting the tripod and the camera out and me holding them up, I thought I'd cheat a bit and just show you what I bought on my phone. You all know what I look like, so yeah, it's cutting corners a little bit, but there we are. You're still getting to see what I bought. So I'm going to start with the purchases from Allans Records first of all. So here we go. So first purchase, we've got, this is a replacement issue, an upgrade, well, a sort of upgrade, a UK pressing of Sandy Denny, the North Star Grassman and the Ravens. I've got a Dutch copy of this, and I never thought it sounded that good. It was a real sort of quiet kind of mix and pressing. So this UK one turned up, which I don't really see that often. I thought I'd grab it. Yeah, very nice price. A little bit of rubbing to the sleeve, but the record looks very nice indeed. So yeah, nice find. We have got Isaac Hayes, soundtrack from the film Shaft. This is my second Isaac Hayes album. After falling in love last year with Hot Buttered Soul, I've been on the lookout for more. This is a UK, this is the double album version. I believe there was a extract version with just a single album. Again, a little bit of cover wear, but the records, despite needing a bit of a clean, they look nigh on unplayed. Really good condition. So yeah, looking forward to playing that. Again, very nice price. And finally, this is a reissue, not an original. Self-titled One and Done by Jaclyn, on a label called Audio Clarity. I have absolutely no idea if it's official or not. I just don't know. Yeah, there we go. But it's originally released in 1969. I've had my eye on it for some time. A reissue anyway. Originals are out of my price range. Unfortunately, they're sort of £400 plus. It's what I believe to be a bluesy record. So yeah, look forward to playing that. And the final one from Allans Records. This is the big hitter that was on the wall. This is Alley Cat by Nucleus. This was released on Vertigo, UK pressing, Spaceship label. This was it 1975, so never had a spiral release. I have to say, the sort of later Nucleus albums, they're kind of as rare and as valuable as the Swell Vertigo ones. It's not often that the Spaceship Vertigo albums go for much, but these ones tend to, and this is no exception. However, looking at the Discogs medium, I don't like to always go by their data, but I got a bit of a bargain here. I really, it was priced well under what it can go for, most definitely. So yeah, happy to snap it up. Record is fine. Each side had a couple of little surface marks. I was a little bit unsure, but Alan very kindly pointed me in the direction of one of his 2 record decks, for me to play a few snippets, and fortunately the marks do not sound at all. They are just surface marks. So yeah, I will give it a little bit of a clean, but from what I heard of the music, it sounded very, very good. It's a jazz rock fusion, of course, Nucleus, but yeah, it sounded very, very funky indeed. So yeah, I was really, really, really stoked to pick that one up. Just to round up Allans Record Shop, as I say, I couldn't get footage. We've been through that. That's fair enough, but there is a huge range he does. Obviously, we've got the the classic rock, the psych here, but he's got jazz, hip hop, indie, punk, soul. Every single genre was catered for there. Yeah, it was quite the Aladdin's cave. So to sum up, I would definitely recommend going there. Prices are very, very reasonable indeed, and it was great to have a chat with Alan. So we'll move on to the next lot. Okay. On to the ones from Rise Above. So yeah, I went there to get big hitters, and some big hitters is what I got. This one here, God, it's a rare album. Musically, I don't know much about it. I remember reading an article on it, and it's kind of been on my radar ever since. Mike Silver and Mike Beeson, The Applicant. I've never, ever seen one. Never seen one. UK first pressing on Fontana, or Fontana, whichever way you want to say it. It's supposedly a folk opera, so it looks very, very interesting. But yeah, this is as far as I'm concerned, this is a very, very rare record indeed. So look forward to spinning that. Okay, next up we have an original French pressing, again one and done, self-titled by Incredible Hog. There are the lovely Columbia labels. What can you say about that cover? I mean, honestly, it's a bit, it's just wrong, isn't it? But it is actually very, very funny. There are numerous cover variants. The German one is equally as weird and involves, a female pig showing things off. But yeah, and they had that one in the shop actually, but I went for the French one in this case. So yeah, early 70s from what I gather, hard rock band. There is a UK pressing, but I think that is the most difficult to find. I've never seen one of those. I mean, I've never actually seen one of these. These French and German pressings, they're very difficult to get over in the UK, but managed to pick one up, which was absolutely brilliant. So very much looking forward to playing that. Okay, so before you fall off your chairs, this is not an original. Self-titled reissue, private pressing by England. Now, they did have an original up on the wall. I think I captured it in my earlier footage. And that that costs a lot more than this did. However, this one is released on Audio Archives and in itself is out long and out of print and actually quite difficult to come by anyway. So pleased to pick this up. I believe it looks to be sort of mint unplayed. So yeah, very good one. This is from prog rock from 1976, not to be confused with the other band called England who released an album called Garden Shed, which I've also got. That's another story though. And we've got debut album by Solar Plexus. This was a jazz rock fusion band. Is it Denmark? Are they from Denmark? I'll have to double check that. But there are two versions, and this is the English vocal version. I've actually got an album by Solar Plexus. In the UK on Polydor, they released a single album, and it was a compilation of the two albums that they released. This being a double, their second album being just a single one. But I liked it, and I've kind of always been interested in actually getting the full albums. And this is a good jazz rock fusion double album. So again, not easy to find. This is pressed in its homeland, and is not an easy album to find in this country anyway. So again, very delighted to have it. Finally, we have, I think I'm pronouncing this right, Gnidrolog. Yeah, a weird one, a very weird one. This is a UK original, and it is beautiful. It's got a texture sleeve. I've seen these before, but they often turn up worn. There's a tiny bit of wear on there, but I mean, it's, for what it is, for its age, That's unavoidable. And the record itself on RCA, sorry, it's upside down there, is looking pretty immaculate. I've got a German press of this. I bought a German press off eBay years ago. Seller had it on there for, believe it or not, £3. I don't think they knew what they were selling, but I snapped it up and I've liked it ever since. But it's just a single laminated sleeve, that one. And I've always liked the music. It's very, very weird. It's a progressive rock, but kind of weird, kind of folky, disjointed moments. It's absolutely unique, really. To be fair, it's a very strange record, but I've always fancied having a UK pressing. I have seen them around in the past, but there's always been a lot of cover wear or tears to the cover. But this one is a great example, so I thought I'd go for it. So yeah, there we go. That's it. I've talked about Rise Above Records in my previous video. What can I say? An absolute Aladdin's cave. It's in Highgate. And if you like collectible records, if you like prog, but they also have a lot of punk, they've got a lot of metal, they've got soul. Yeah, in fact, it is all genres. But, you know, for the golden age, you know, there's so many hard hitters in there. So it is well worth a visit. So anyway, I think that's everything now that I've shown everything I bought. So thank you very much for tuning in as always. If you like what you see, please give me a like and subscribe. And I will see you again for a future video. Take care.